Hello there all my lovely jewelry makers, I'm Christina of CSLdesigns, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this Nexus wire weave. So if you make this weave nice and tight, it gets quite a zipper looking effect and it would look really cool incorporated into any design that you want to. Now if you want to support me in any way, I have a shop where I sell jewelry kits and tutorials, and you can of course always like, share and subscribe, and there's also a super thanks button below the video. But if you want to learn how to make this weave, then keep watching. So for this weave we'll need 4 lengths of our base wire, and just make sure they're nice and straight so we don't have any kinks in them. And then we'll need a length of our weaving wire, and I'm just using a 0.4mm for this. So to start out the weave I'm going to grab 1 length of our base wire, and then we have our weaving wire here, and you just want to start towards one end and just leave a short tail of the weaving wire that we can hold on to. Then I'm just going to wrap the weaving wire around the base wire to attach it first of all, and just do that a couple of times, and I'm just going to make sure that the wraps are nice and tight. So we can then bring in our next base wire. So I'm going to take one, place that above the previous one, and then I'm going to take the weaving wire, go over the top of both of the base wires, and then down behind, and then I'm going to come up between the two that we just wrapped over the top of, and then just use that and push down. That helps push the weave nice and tight. Then bring in your next base wire, line them up, and then go over the top of the next 2 base wires here at the top. So you can see we're working our way from the bottom up towards the top, gradually adding in our base wires. Come up between those 2, push that down, and then we're going to add in our final base wire to then wrap around the new top 2 base wires there. And this is now right at the top, and we've also added in all the base wires. So now we can just continue with the basic weave itself. So like I said, I worked my way from the bottom to the top. Now I want to work my way back down, so from the top to the bottom. And I'm just going to step down, so that means come up between the bottom 2 base wires so that we can wrap over the top of the middle 2. So I'm coming down between the top 2 there, and just push that down nice and tight. And then bring the wire all the way down behind to wrap over the top of the bottom 2, which means we're coming straight down between the middle 2. Push that down, and you can always use your pliers to help push your weave nice and tight. So now we're at the bottom, we need to work our way back up. So I'm coming up between the 2 that I just wrapped over the top of, so that's the bottom 2. Go over the top of the middle 2, come up between those to wrap over the top of the top 2, and we're back at the top, working our way back down. We come up between the bottom 2 so that we can wrap over the top of the middle 2 base wires there, and then doing the final wrap, working our way down here, come over the top of the bottom 2, down between the very middle 2 base wires, and then we made our way back down again. So you can see we're constantly going bottom top. And if we keep making sure that we make the weave nice and tight, we get this really cool zipper pattern going all the way along. And that's basically how we create this weave. And of course, you just want to make this however long you need it to be. So this is what the weave looks like as we've gotten a bit further on and we have a decent length of it. So you can see we get this really cool almost zipper effect all the way along. And there is a front and a back to it because the other side does look different. But that's then how you make this Nexus weave, and you can then incorporate it into whatever designs you want to. And you'll of course be able to find it in my playlist for different wire weave tutorials as well. There's going to be a link to that in the description box down below. Otherwise, I really hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.